Hi there, this is Creative Works by Annie, and today we're going to be working once more on what I'm calling the Tree of Life doily pattern. It's all going to be free form and everything. So if you haven't seen my part 1 where I created the tree itself and did all the pinning and the branches, then please go pop over and into the description below and find that link and go hit that one up first. So today I'm going to make leaves onto the tree, and yes, I'm wearing my silly cuffs again. It's to, once again, just remind you, is to cover up my bracelets because my bracelets catch on the pins and pop them up. We don't want that. So today the leaves are just going to be a simple little leaf. They look complicated, but the only complication is that it's so small to work in. But each one of these little leaf petals is a chain 2, 2 HTC, 2 DC, triple crochet, single or chain 3, single crochet around the last stitch, which gives you a little picket, 2 DC, 2 HTC, chain 1, and single crochet in the second chain from hook. So that's a lot that's going on in that little bit right there. That little bit right there. And then I'm just tripling it up. This one I will add on somewhere later off camera, but I just wanted to show you that this is what I'm making today. And each one of these is going to be attached like this, and then there might be some in between, and some down, and so on and so on and so on. So I decided that my original was going to be this Omega pistachio color, and I wasn't too fond of it for the whole entire thing. So then I dug in my stash and I found this really neat grassy color. So you can see these two work well together, but I wanted a little bit more depth, so I pulled out this forest green type color. So we're going to do the darker on the bottom, then do the lighter, and then the lighter on top, because it's always darker underneath the trees because there's shade. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and I am going to probably do a little bit of explaining and then fast forward through parts of it with a little bit of music, so that way you see what's going on, but you don't need to watch every single second of it. So like I said before, if you haven't seen me create the tree and you want to see that, go to the link below and find that and watch that first, then come right back and hit this one up. Okay, see you in a bit. Now we're going to, I set the trial one aside, and I'm going to start with my darker green. Woo! And that's the tricky part of this. You can always pop in your pins a little bit more, so that way they don't catch if you want. Or use pins that have the little balls on there, but I don't know, I just find that with my hands, these they grip a little bit easier for me. So I'm going to chain 2 loosely, then I'm going to work 2, everything's going to be worked in this last, or this first chain right here, okay? Right there. So that's why you want it a little on the loose side. I'm going to put 2 in here, the HD. I'm going slow right now. And then 2 of the DC, or the double crochet. Then a triple. Which, by the way, a triple crochet is my favorite stitch because it has a rhythm. You go doot, doot, doot. And it's just, to me, it's lovely. But my favorite stitch to work and the easiest is a half double because it's not too small, not too big. It's just absolutely right. But comment down below what your favorite crochet stitch is. Okay, now I'm going to crochet 3 or chain 3 and then single crochet around the triple crochet. I'm going to put back in that same hole again, that little spot, 2 DC, 2 HDC, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to crochet in that same place. Okay, so now I have a little petal, and now I'm lazy, and I'm going to actually cut my little tail off right now, right here. Okay, now to get the triple leaves, okay, I just chain 2 once more. 1, remember, keep it loose. 1, 2. I'm going to do all those same stitches once more in that first chain that we made. Now these are just the leaves I'm just made up real quick for this particular pattern. You can go and find multiple different styles of leaves online, and you can use those if you try to create something like this. You don't have to necessarily work the leaves I'm working if you're going to attempt to do something like this. I hope you do. You don't have to do something this elaborate, but it's fun because it's quite different than a normal doily. I made some shawls like this as well, pinning on a big, huge, full-size bed with a very clean sheet on it. Okay, some more. Now if you want to just do 2 leaves on some spots, go right ahead. You can see the difference in the look. I might end up doing 2, but I kind of like the 3. So I'm going to chain 2 again. Do all those stitches in that first one. Now to close these off, I'm going to put a single crochet right in that first little hole right there. I don't know if you can see that. Right in that first space where I made all those stitches. Okay. And that kind of seals it off and puts it together to give you a little tri-leaf. Okay. Now I'm going to do something a little tricky. But once you get the hang of it, it should be really easy to do. And it's kind of fun because you can attach these by chains. You can attach them by DC, triple crochets, single crochets. Depending on the look you're going for, you can also mix it up. But my first one, I'm going to double crochet it right on here. Now remember, you have it pinned, so it's going to be a little awkward, okay? And now I like using a DC because then my tail is going to be back up here. You can chain, but then you got to weave your tail back up that chain into here. So I'm going to pull this pin out, set it aside, and I'm going to now work a DC right where that little elbow was. And that gives me also a little stem right there that I'm just going to fasten off. Okay, you can see it's just on there, just a cute little leaf hanging out, feeling free, happy go lucky. And then as you work your way around, you can add leaves in the joinings. Okay, and you can keep them upright. You don't have to attach all these together. You'll see when I do the background where I'm kind of connecting a little bit more to make it more stable. I guess you would call it almost like a fillet, the way it's put together. But the leaves can go on, if you want to make it more sparse, you just put it on the ends. You can put them closer together. And then you just work your way up or work your way around, however you want to do it. You can start in the center if you want. You can start it below if you want. It's really up to you. But I'm going to start working these up. You're going to see that I might do more than one leaf set on a section or whatnot. If I do that, I will slow it down and let you know what I'm up to. Otherwise, I'm just going to fast forward and play some music and hope you enjoy. Dark green all done, and I'm getting ready to move to my little bit lighter green. And as you can see, some are 2 leaves, some are 3, and I have a couple singles in here just to fill it in. And I did leave, I am going to leave some of the little branches bare as well, just kind of adds character. So now I'm going to start work on the secondary color and fill in a little bit more of this section. And then my pistachio will be up on top. So, okay, here we go. I have 2 pesky helpers that have joined me. The one walking across right now is Aries, and the one sitting next to me over here, if you can see him, that is Odin. We adopted 3 orange kitty cats. 3 orange kitty cats, say hello. I don't know if they're helpers or just pain in the butts. to start the last leaf, and then this is going to be this was part 2 of just working these. Part 1 is just of the tree, so if you wanted to see part 1, go to the links below and that will direct you to that. I think it's only about a 10 to 13 minute video because it's mostly just fast forwarded, so you can just kind of watch the tree grow. If you would like to know, the leaves took about a week to make. As I was doing some other projects, I was doing some writing. I'm hoping to get a new pattern out. I'm going to toss it to my testers on January 2nd, and hopefully we can get it done in a couple weeks and then have it out in time for people to start creating for Valentine's Day. Yes, it's going to have skulls and hearts, so look for that. And I'm hoping to do another little freebie pattern and video that goes along with it, so, or just before Valentine's Day as well. So that's why this one took me so long. I kind of procrastinated at the end because the leaves are a little monotonous, but it should get more exciting for me after this, and hopefully for you. The next episode, I intend to take out all the pins and flip the piece over and then slide it onto this board again and repin it, and either work some branches, some smaller branches to connect all the leaves, and then do just a white fillet right here on the bottom, and I might even do a little dirt on the bottom or some grass or something, just kind of give it a base. We will see how that goes. And then the fourth part will be working the border. Now that one's gonna be weird because there's gonna be a lot of frogging. Try to find the balance between, you need the base, you need the bulk, you need some frills. I assume that this doily is going to be roughly around probably close to 2 by 2 feet, so it's going to be quite an interesting piece, that is for sure. Not gonna lie, I am so glad this is the last leaf. So I worked over my tails a lot of times, and then I tucked in as I went. So tell me down below if you tuck in your tails right away, or, which I didn't attach at that time, or if you okay, or if you wait to the very end. Well, I just put the last leaf on, and so far I'm happy with the way it looks. Sorry about that. And so thank you for watching and working this with me. Please stay tuned for part 3, which will be in probably a week or so, because I have a couple other little things I'm working on. And well, just thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful day. Happy crocheting.